I had an experience yesterday that I want to talk through for my own sake. This is me becoming aware of myself. Not telling anyone what to do, not telling anyone what they should. Anything. It's just, this is about me. Doing my life, doing my thing. Just putting that out as a disclaimer. Me giving myself space to figure out what's going on inside of me. No one needs to show up in the comments and be like, wow, you're fucked up, or wow, really, you believe that? Yes. Yes. So I'll tell the story first and then I will share what I'm discovering so far. So there's an account I'm seeing some posts from lately. It's a woman. She has a boy wife. I love the way they look at each other. That's like the main thing. And so it's they call it like feminine-led relationship. She is the dominant, he's the submissive. He does what he tells her. She is responsible for everything, but delegates. And it's so clear that they are having so much fun. And he loves serving her. And she loves being the one who has control, who is deciding. And I'm like, the times when I'm thinking about the role of the dominant and the role of the submissive, I can see healing in both, in playing out both roles for myself. I can see breaking points in both directions. I can see healing in both directions. Breaking points are also healing in both directions. So I saw one of her posts. They had been in Bogota to fix some papers. They were getting married. And it made me so happy. I wasn't sure if it was a temporary thing. But obviously, clearly it's not. And I commented exactly that I wasn't sure if it was a temporary thing, but it made me so happy that they're getting married because I love him for her and I love her for him. And she said that comment really was so sweet and it made her so happy, which made me happy. But then I woke up yesterday to a message in the hidden inbox, and it said, "Can you help me?" And I'm like, oh, potential client, fun. And I'm like, what do you need help with? He had seen my comment under her video, and he wanted, or that person, I wasn't sure if it was a man or a woman yet, they wanted to have that kind of relationship. And I'm like, sure, like I can, whatever is in the way of you having that, I can help you with that. And I know like how much I cherish and adore the people I work with. I know that that's something you can see in my eyes when you work with me, that I enjoy people. I enjoy the person in front of me. So I can give that also, that experience. And then like a little bit back and forth, and I'm like, okay, so you want me to send you the booking link so you can set up a session? Yes, goddess. And I'm like, huh? What? That felt odd, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, I need clarification. Are you looking for a session, or are you looking for therapy, or are you looking for playing out like that kind of dynamic between you and me? The latter, it turns out. And at first I'm like taken aback because it's a fucking stranger who's texting me like so not cool. But then as I like sit with it, I'm like, interesting. The universe is bringing me this, and I go into this thinking of, if this is what's brought in front of me, I don't want to just automatically discard. I want to look at what's in front of me before making a decision. So I am open to keep having a conversation, so I keep having the conversation and spend quite a lot of time like texting back and forth, having like lots of feelings and reactions come and go as I keep engaging. He leaves a voice message. That's when I discovered it's a he. At first I thought it was a woman. I get a picture. I ask for like where he lives and his age. He's 37, lives in Ireland. And I'm like, this is so like the whole feminine-led relationship is interesting. I catch myself at the same time like being as I am, always, my baseline, focused on what he wants, because clearly this is some kind of like kink or fantasy for him. So what does it look like for him? How does he want me to behave as the woman in the video I commented under? Because I can't be anything, like my whole commitment, my whole thing is my truth. I'm trying to anchor back to, pull myself back to what's true for me. That's it. So we addressed that a little bit. I tell him I have to leave my phone for some hours. I will answer later. I come back later. And we continue talking. And at some point I'm like... And I will say that in the initial conversation, I feel like sometimes he feels really grounded and like in reality, and sometimes I feel like, whoa, something's really off. Like I feel like I'm interacting with his fantasy, which is, I'm kind of catching it, like it's in the back of my head somewhere. But later in the day when we're back to engaging, I'm like, it's easier to call. It's a complex topic. So I ask, like, because he has already suggested that we can go on a call. So I'm like, we go for a call. He's like, okay. I video call. He is taken by surprise. He was expecting a phone call, which I will get to that later. Is super fucking icky. This is why I don't phone call with people. I hate it. It's disgusting. So we talk for an hour. His name is Michael. He asked, at the end of the conversation, I said, I need to like talk about this with my friends and figure out like how I feel and what's going on. He's like, please keep me anonymous, like I don't want this to... And I'm like, of course. Changed my mind. which is part of what I'm discovering. Like it's a whole like side note, but the roles we play and the roles I've played of being nice and being perceived in a certain way, I feel pretty done with that. And I've been sitting with words like self-centered, and I have self-centered, selfish, insufferable was my word today. And they go hand in hand with guilt. But anything but nice. I feel like I'm done playing out the nice avatar. Don't want that anymore. Trying to control people's perception of me. So we are on this call for an hour. I try to understand, like, what does he imagine? He texted a stranger on the internet. What's going on? Like, how, if we're going to do this, what would it look like? How it's going to play out? I'm trying to ask myself, because this is so typical me also, like, what do you want? And I have to pull myself back to, do I want this? And if I want this, how do I want it to be? Because he said female-led, so everything will be about what you want and me facilitating what you want. That is what gives me pleasure. And I wrongly, I think, had the idea that people who have a kink, they are aware of what the kink is and why things are the way they are, why they feel the way they feel, why they want what they want. It's not the case with him. He's not, like, something, he kept going in and out of, like, the fantasy and like being more grounded. So he asked me, like, how, if I were to serve you, kink word, how would you like to be served? And I'm thinking, and I'm like, this is uncomfortable as hell, partly because he's a stranger, partly this is really hard for me, just thinking about how someone can be of service to me. So it's interesting experience, like, I'm observing myself just being in discomfort while trying to feel into and share what I want. I do come up with some things, some feel more authentic than others. Catching myself kind of being like what I think it should look like and what I think I should want compared to what do I actually want. And I have, as I'm doing that, I have this reaction of, this is so, wow, like, someone can want to serve me and they get pleasure and enjoyment, and they really want to do that gives them something. We can play with this. That feels really fun to me. So I'm getting, like, this sense of, like, life and energy, which feels really good. All of a sudden his energy just drops, and I'm like, what's going on? You went from to And it turns out that he is in a relationship, 6-year-long relationship. They're trying to figure things out. So I think they're having a break. Who knows? I asked if I would, like, I didn't want to be in the middle of, like, I don't want to cause any trouble. He said, no, if we were to engage in this relationship that we're talking about, you, like, there wouldn't be any breaking of rules. Which might be true, might not be true. But he said that, like, he was starting to feel like because he offered in one of the messages before we went on a call that what if, like, he traveled a lot with work and he could come see me, and if things worked out, then we could talk about, like, a more consistent in-person relationship. And I'm thinking now that like, it was, that is, warning signs here. Like so fast. Hard to catch myself in the moment though, although I'm like, I can feel the discomfort of the conversation. I think I have to give myself some slack of not being fully aware at all times in every moment. So he was telling me that dip in energy was like, that was a lot to offer actually. He realizes that coming to Norway to take me out on a date, like this kind of date, this restaurant, like blah blah blah, this princess treatment, all of this, that because if his partner, if they figured things out, then that would be out of bounds, kind of like he wouldn't be able to do that. And he thought like probably they would figure things out. So I'm like, okay, this is kind of like they're having a fight, it sounds like. And he's jumping on the first fucking opportunity to engage in his fantasies. And then we keep talking, and he keeps just like it. He kept saying like, well, if I'm being really truthful, really honest, so he just like did the information just kind of like kept coming out that, okay, so he was actually in a 6-year-long relationship. There's some kind of break. They were probably going to figure it out. And actually, he hadn't talked much about this preference or attraction or kink. So he didn't know how like well integrated it was, and how much was a fantasy and how much was reality. And actually he had been using the initial text conversation to touch himself and pleasure himself and get off. And I can feel like in that moment he said that hit inside me. I'm like, this is so damn fucking uncomfortable. But like, what happened in that moment? Because I keep the conversation. I'm like, thank you for being honest. And there's not really, I think, a sign of, okay, that made me really uncomfortable. I that's disgusting to me. And he started by saying when in the beginning of the conversation he was like in his fantasy. So he started mild and escalated it to actually, if he was being really honest, he was touching himself and like orgasm. And I said at some point in that initial conversation, like, because I could feel like he was not talking to me, he was fully in his fantasy, and he was projecting something onto me. And I addressed that, and he said, thank you for calling me in or out. Like, true, you're right. So that was probably me catching him jerking off. And like I can kind of like sense that he is getting more and more, okay, this was a mistake. I just wanted to jack off, and like we're here now. And kind of like I felt like he was trying to like squirm his way out of it. And I am doing what I usually do, which is like, everything is fine. Like, of course we can, like, let's think about this and we can have a conversation again in a week or so, or I'll check in with you in a week. I'm taking the responsibility and the lead and everything. Like, I will check in with him in a week. And I'm already like, I think I'm already in my focus of giving him what he wants. So I'm thinking we can have regular calls so I can get comfortable, so we can get into this dynamic because that's what he wants. And arguing probably somewhere in myself with that, well, this is kind of like the relationship I want as well. Like, never mind that he's a stranger who reached out on Instagram. And there's like, yeah. So we end the conversation. I start like processing what we've talked about, what he shared. And I get to a point where I'm like, it's so fucking disgusting to me that he was jerking off while texting with me. I hate it. I hate it. I have no words for how appalling I find that. And disrespectful. And I'm starting to beat myself up because I should have seen the red flags, so I'm starting to go there. I tell myself I have to, like, I'm not talking to him again. This is not happening. And I want to tell him that what he did was not okay. So I do. And I'm super nice in my message. I'm like, I've been thinking about what you said, and the fact that you were using the initial part of the conversation to get off without my consent, using me to get off without my consent, feels icky and it's not really okay. So I don't want to have any more contact. But I appreciate you opening this door to me. Like, that was, like, I can value that. And he is understanding. And I'm just like pissed. I'm so pissed because I feel like that's really not, like, here was a man who was seemingly all about fem-led, feminine-led relationship. It's about her pleasure. It's about what she wants. It's the whole thing. But he's just another guy who reaches for a stranger on the internet because he is horny and he wants sexual gratification. Me, object, used. So this and I journaled this morning, of course, morning pages, and I've been thinking, and I watched before going to bed, watched some videos of, I've come across some beautiful women on Instagram lately, and they were talking about like centering themselves, decentering men, like consent, like just these kind of things. And one of them, she is talking about like what people would call, I guess, radical responsibility. She's like, always pull things back to yourself. And I've been so like having a hard time with some of her videos because she said that if you're looking for accountability, you're just looking for validation and acceptance. You're hoping for something. You're not in reality about what is. and I'm like, what the fuck, this is like really triggering something in me. But it also, like, it triggered more people. So she made some videos responding to some of the people that were triggered, and she kind of like elaborated, and at some point something clicked in me, like something shifted. And I've been feeling into that today. I'm still like figuring this out, like I'm not clear. But one thing I realized is my expectation to myself. I expect myself, like you could hear it in the beginning of this video, that I expect to be told it's my fault. Because that's what I believe. That's what's inside me. I have the belief that if I end up hurt, it's my fault. That's what my mom told me. You didn't want that experience? Well, you shouldn't have done XYZ. I started to believe, because of like the way she said that I can, by controlling myself, control how the other person shows up. Other people are in my control. Like, this is so interesting to me to discover that like I'm so puzzled by this, because it's so, like, the word that comes to me is grandiose, and I don't know if that's judgment or accuracy or both. But like this idea that I can, everything that happens to me is my fault. It's I see like my parents pointing fingers at me as a fucking kid. They have done something that's not okay. They are not okay. They are not okay. They can't live with that. They are pointing the finger to me, blaming me. You're the reason why we're doing this. I read a post this morning about, like, when a woman comes to her husband, partner, man, and she is telling about how she's experiencing something he did or said, and he instantly goes into, like, she's coming with her feelings to the table, wanting it to be a safe space, you know. This is what's alive in me, this is what happened, I feel this way, and want him to show up for that. And this is, yeah, I'm having such a hard time with this. And he, because shame is triggered in him, he doesn't hear, I am feeling this and this is my experience, be with me. He is hearing, you did this, you're a bad person, I don't love you. Something along those lines. So because those things, those feelings and beliefs are so uncomfortable to stay present with, like, he doesn't have the capacity to, like, okay, I'm having this experience right now, and to really hear what she's saying, and that it's not about anything of what he thinks it's about. Instead, he just deflects, shames, make it about her, she's the problem, how much of a whiny partner he has, all just like a pushback on her to relieve himself from that uncomfortable feeling of shame and unworthiness and I'm not good enough and all that. Was I going somewhere with that? I don't know. I think it's accurate. My problem is, what do you do? That's where I get stuck. It's the same with this woman was talking about like radical ownership. Because I'm trying to free myself from black and white thinking, and now I feel like I'm back in black and white thinking. Because she is saying that if someone hurts you and you can truly validate yourself, and you're like, that hurt, then you don't need the other person to validate you. Which somehow that translates in my brain to, I should be okay being in a relationship where I'm not seen and understood. Which she never said anything about that. That's my meaning making. And she's also saying, if I'm accurate, that if someone hurt you, you know what they did. You don't need to make them take accountability. You don't have to wait for that, kind of. And I think what she means, she said accountability is a value. It's something you choose to live by and embody or not. So a person who has chosen to live by accountability, they will catch the impact and make necessary changes. So I will not be the one having to instigate that. They will initiate that by themselves. Especially if you tell them how you feel. Probably some will be attuned enough to catch it without you telling, maybe. But she is like one of the things also I'm having a hard time with her content, is how, like, this is where my mind goes. It's not what she's saying, but this is where my mind goes. If someone hurt me, okay, wait, so there are options then. So if someone hurts me and I tell them and they're not wanting to hear my truth and experience and be with me, because that must be the foundation of a relationship, I think. Someone wants to be there. So if he wants to be there and then understands and he takes accountability, I mean, then that's solved, I think. I think the problem is if he doesn't want to or know how to be there, so he doesn't hear you, and I start trying to make him, one, understand, and two, take accountability, because I don't want it to happen again. What she is saying is, you have the information you need. When someone did something that hurt you, you have the information you need. Take the appropriate action based on that. And I'm like, that's like one chance. That's like one chance. For me, who is used to 1,000 billion trillion gazillion endless chances, this is like, I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life. That's where it goes. I'm going to have no friends. It goes straight into, that doesn't work. I'm too difficult. If that's what I can't make compromises. It's my mom's voice. Impossible. My mom's voice. Difficult. My mom's voice. All of that is coming from somewhere inside me. That's the radical ownership. I'm living under that now in me. Somewhere inside me or outside me, somewhere in the vicinity here, is a part. I want to see if I can feel her and imagine what she looks like. Wait. I'm just so fucking sad first. So I'm in, like, my sadness is from the vulnerable position. I feel like go away. I hate that fucking fly. Go away. It's like 1,000 voices. My mom's voice, people's voices. It's like everyone is against me. I feel like there's this little child, like little, like 4 or 5, maybe 6, 4 or 5. Like, I feel like core 4 or 5, many ages after that. And it feels like so heartbroken and so like out of wits and so being blamed and so everyone's telling me it's my fault. And I don't know what I've done. I don't know what I should have done different. It's this fucking choir of voices, but with my mom being the biggest one. My fault I got raped. My fault. She made that very clear when that happened. I should have known. Should have understood. I should have realized that when I asked someone to hang out with me, of course I was inviting him to fuck me. Of course. What else value do I have than being someone to fuck, right? Inviting a friend to sleep at the sofa, having him end up in my bed in the middle of the night, waking me up to having 2 fingers inside me, my fault. My fault. It has led me, this morning I was thinking, I was so, I wouldn't say out of it, but I was so caught in this thought of like, I don't know, because when I was journaling, like this is, I will build it up, like when I was journaling, I was feeling like this guy yesterday, it happened because I should have dismissed him from the beginning. I was in the mindset of I should have done something to avoid it. If I just show up the right way, nothing bad will ever happen to me. Which is fucking, I think that's surreal. I just don't understand that. But I think it's fucking messed up. Like I can control, like that's life. Like life doesn't have any bad twists and turns. So I was sitting with this choir that I'm talking about, blaming me for ending up in the fucking position I was in. And I'm so struggling because I've always been told You're so gullible, you're so naive, so innocent. Stupid innocent, not positive innocent, stupid innocent. You always believe the best in people. Dumb bitch. So I've always felt like I'm doing something wrong. I shouldn't have that aspect of me who, like when that guy texted, I'm like, he is a real person, you know? Like, he is someone I can stand and lock eyes with, and he's a person with a soul. He was a kid, he was an innocent kid, and he grew up, he's a human being. That's like, I don't know, that's so strong in me. Like, we're all just human beings, and I want everyone to be okay, and I want everyone to just be friends. And I feel like I shouldn't be that way. So I'm having a fight, you know, because on one hand, I think that's beautiful to meet everyone like that. But then on the other hand, I expect myself to know better and not give people a chance at the same time. Wait, I was going somewhere with this. Where was I going? Yeah, because I'm like, I don't understand how I'm supposed to show up. Because I'm not supposed to be judging people off the bat. I'm not supposed to think the worst. Like, this is what men will be like, well, I get that bad things happened to you in the past, but like, you should trust me. Like, every new person should have like clean slate. So I'm supposed to give people a chance, but I'm supposed to also not get hurt, and I'm supposed to let people grow and give people chances and let people be human and messy and make mistakes. But I'm also supposed to, with the slightest sign of orange flag, leave. Like, so I was really like in pain with, I don't know what you expect of me. How am I supposed to show up to make this right? Which is the wrong way around. Like, I caught myself during my workout and I'm like, it's the wrong question. Because I'm trying to make myself right for them. Again. Of course. Again. The question should be, how do I want to show up? And that was when it clicked that I expect myself to avoid people doing bad things to me. And then I thought about that woman with the Instagram account, the radical empowerment ownership person. And she's saying like, people decide who they want to be. And I'm like, oh wait, I think I can make people be a certain way if I'm just a certain way. That's the godlike control that I have. I'm talking down about that, which I don't like, because it's coming from a painful place. I hate my parents. I think there are some big feelings. Where was I? I'm just sitting with this feeling of my parents hurt me and they didn't love me. And it's so clear. I would never treat my kid like they treated me. Never. Never. Fucking horrible. Well, if I had kids before I fixed this shit, I would probably, which is horrible. But I am not having kids. I'm fixing this. So I can be believing the best in people. This is where I am at so far. I can be naive and innocent and believe the best in people. I love that. And I can be a menace. I can take people at face value. I can be like, when people do the first thing, I can be like, and catch myself in that. I didn't like that. I don't want to gloss over, brush over, and continue. I want to, I want to be like, I didn't like that. My therapist is big on make sounds, so is a good sound. And then see how they react. And based on their reaction, which that's new information, more sounds, maybe, or I will be like, oh, okay, we continue. Man, life is so like one moment at a time, and one moment is so rich, you know? It's decision in each moment. You like if you're too fast through life, you cannot be in each moment to make these decisions. How powerful would it be? I love this idea. I love this whole conversation. How powerful would it be if you were so here and now, attuned to yourself, and so like, oh, I didn't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. And be like, wow, it's so incredibly difficult, I feel. And be in that moment and see how the other person reacts. And in real time, like, deal with that. Because I'm so used to, like, what am I used to? I think I'm just have this overall veil, cap, filter of reality is not real, taught by my parents. And we don't see what we see, and we don't feel what we feel. What they have said is the reality, that's the reality, and we pretend. Everything that is reality has to be like explained away, brushed away, not seen. It's just a game of pretend. My therapist is saying this all the time, that everything in my childhood was inverted, like mixed, twisted. Just untwisting fucking 19 years of fuck. This is good though. It's good stuff. I'm on the right. My therapist said that there will be pain either way, but one is pain in growth and one is pain in staying in the same place. Maybe for some people, healing is like, oh, one direction sucks and one feels good. I don't know if that's the case, but if that's the case, good for you. That sounds nice. It's rough when it's pain either way. I mean, it's like super delayed gratification. You will win down the line somewhere. Just wait. Good, I'm a Capricorn. Maybe that is why I'm a Capricorn. It feels so brutal to me. Like this idea of, wow, like really being in reality. Like that person didn't hear me. that person is not here with me? I'm disinterested then. If they can't talk to me, this part that is present in this moment, if you can't catch me, see me, disinterested. Good sound. That's how it feels. And I have this over. It's one of my main personas. Like what I show outward so often is like, and it's so fucking hard to catch. It's like invisible, clever fucking thing. I don't want to dismiss it. It's a part of myself. It's difficult. It is keeping my truth in check. It is always like, be kind, be nice, be understanding. Don't be difficult. Be all those things and don't be all of those things. Fucking life. Insufferable. Be that and don't be... Yeah. It's a mess. I aspire... I've been thinking about... I'm going to round up soon. I've been thinking about this after watching... I'm on a roll now watching American soldiers training, outtakes, Green Berets, SEAL team, soldiers outposted in, or shipped out, sent out, don't know the right terms, to Afghanistan, Iraq. I'm immersed in that. So I had the thought yesterday that, because I'm always thinking like, why do we have to have war? Like, why can't we just solve it somehow else in a different way? What's the problem? But then I'm like, some of these guys, watching them at the outtake, they love it. And in the one I'm watching now, Afghan, The Surge, something like that, there's one young guy, he enlisted when he was 18, he's 21, been there 3 years. He I don't know what to think about him. Super handsome, super beautiful kid. So honest, and he's like, I didn't really see any other route I wanted to take, and I'm good with weapons and I want to kill people. I'm like, whoa. That's so honest. He's like, I want to kill people. Bad people, he said. He pointed that out. Bad people. And I'm just like, there are people who want that experience. It's an experience. Like a video game. You choose different video games. Some people want that. So much different from being like the Max looking guy. Like a pedophile or a fucking poor person in a underdeveloped country. Or in a genocide. Like, it's so many different experiences. And it really made me feel like, well, if we're just here for the experience, if I can just step into any role and just experience that, and it doesn't, who cares if people see me as a bad person? I'm here for, I've done nice my whole life. Like, what if I want to be just insufferable? Just love that word. What if I just want to leave mid-conversation? Don't say hi. These are so mild things, you know. If I want to just, when people have a conversation with me and then they tell something that's not true, I'll be like, why are you telling me things that are not true? And they'll be like, no, I'm not. I'm like, yeah, you are. They're like, no, I'm not. Okay, well, then I'm done with the conversation. Bye. It's so tempting to me to be this kind of person who like demands anything I'm interacting with. If it's not truth, I'm not interested. I don't want to be here. Then I would rather be home alone, do my own thing. That's it. I don't want to be nice about it. I don't want to sugarcoat anything. And that doesn't mean I want to be mean. I'm not interested. Leave me alone. That feels so fucking liberating to me. And why not? That's like when I mentioned the guy's name, Michael, 37 years old. He's a banker. He lives in Ireland. After he told me, don't tell. And I'm like, oh, ethical things. I'm having a professional account. It's my business account. I shouldn't disclose this information. It's bad ethics. People will like not feel safe coming to my inbox and booking my sessions. Like, all that has gone through my head. And I was thinking, like, it's a question about ethics. What are ethics for me? Like, because 100% I care about my clients and I want to have like proper things in place for that. I want to be a safe place. But he is a random guy showing up in my DMs, jerking off to my fucking conversation. Not cool. Why should I? Why does he get to have his feelings protected? Why does he? Why should I care about him? Like, why is he getting the free pass? Really, why? I had a really smart thought about this morning. A question that really helped me, but I can't remember now and I'm going out of time, so I just want to end it before I make 2 videos.